Tiki. Skeleton. Seashell. It's a sometimes vlog.
Oh, it's a vlog that happens on Tiki Tuesday.
It's after midnight.
Yep.
Which means it is now
Officially.
Tiki Tuesday, as far as you know.
Yeah.
And Tyler and I are sitting uncomfortably close together in a tiki nook.
Not close enough.
Now, you say that, but you put a pillow in between our legs.
It's for comfort.
And yet are putting your arm on the other side of the pillow.
Well, that's how you know I still am okay with being close.
That's like being in the movies together and you put the armrest down, but then you still stuck your arm over the armrest.
It's for comfort and durability more than uncomfortability.
So this week, even though I want to try to make the edited Tiki Tuesday vlogs a thing, I've told you we're really close in here, so we're just, hello.
What's up, guys?
Back in the Tiki Nook next to all the Tiki stuff.
Yeah.
And Tyler's wearing the other shirt that Keanu sent me from Hawaii. So you're wearing a real Tiki shirt.
Oh, sweet. Tiki.
Because Tyler Evans is back from Georgia.
I am.
Fresh off the airplane.
Right off the boat.
Well, no.
Well, the skyboat.
For the sake of this. Okay.
Okay.
I thought Tyler would continue asking me the questions which you guys meant to ask me on Facebook. And in between the questions, I'm going to ask Tyler questions about his trip to Georgia and the American South in general, because Tyler is a self-proclaimed expert on all things Southern.
Kind of. I just noticed the picture Bamboo Ben gave me. I'm glad to see that wound up on your shelf.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Questions.
This question one comes from Randy.
Hi, Randy.
On Facebook. Randy asks, in a very kind of morbid but fun question, I think.
Oh.
Where would you like your ashes to be spread in Disneyland, assuming it were legal?
Assuming it were legal, I would not be cremated, but I would be buried at the foot of the castle.
Just your foot?
So, no. I would, at the foot of the castle.
Well, so like under the drawbridge?
No, you know what would be good? You know what would be even better? Bury my body under the golden lie spike.
And your heart at Wounded Knee?
Yes. Okay, question for Tyler.
All right.
What is kudzu?
Oh, kudzu is the vine that's slowly strangling our Dixie.
Kudzu is a gross Japanese ivy growing all over your south.
Yeah, it spreads like wildfire, and it takes over everything slowly.
And when I go to the south, I see it covering everything. So I guess the real question, since I just answered my own question, because you didn't.
Well, I kind of.
Is, how do you feel about kudzu?
Oh, well, you know, like, I kind of feel like it does its thing, and I do mine, and it sometimes looks pretty wrapped around a house, like ivy, but as long as, like, it doesn't wrap itself around me.
I'm afraid you've lost my interest. Next question.
Okay.
That's an office joke.
This question...
I'm not as mean as I...
This question comes from Dana with a Y.
Hi, Dana.
And it is
Dana
from
Carvey?
Facebook.
Oh.
She asks, Dear Justin,
Hi.
is it at or at?
When I was a kid, I always called it, we're talking about Star Wars here, everyone who doesn't know. I always called it an AT-AT because there's also an AT-ST. The little chicken walker ones are AT-STs, all-terrain scout transports.
The other one being?
All-terrain attack transport.
I always thought it was armored transport.
Or armored transport. It could be either one.
Okay.
Now I don't know. You really...
Well, now I think it's attack.
And I think it's armored now.
Well, let's continue on.
Okay. So either way, I always thought it was AT-AT, but now I have since heard like archival footage of people back in the day calling it an AT-AT. And I always thought that was the most silly, ridiculous... It doesn't sound intimidating to me, like, hey guys, we're in the trenches and we're digging the trenches and we need to dig them deep because there's this big machine coming. It's really scary. What's the machine called? It's called an AT-AT. It's an AT-AT.
At Tyler Evans, at Justin Scard, at.
At Tyler Evans Rock Journalist on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay, next question. I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah, that's right.
You're really tired.
I am so tired.
You came back from the South. What were you doing in the South? Were you attending a NASCAR race?
Oh boy.
You thought I was going to ask about a different kind of rally.
Kind of.
But I'm going to ask you about a NASCAR race.
I've never been to a NASCAR race, nor have I ever watched NASCAR. That's honestly true.
I've been to a NASCAR race.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
One of those ones that goes in a circle and then I was in the pit, which
You
is
were on
that
the
part
crew?
with the RV thing. Or what's that called? In the middle part, in the circle.
Grass?
Yeah, the grassy part in the middle where the cars are going around, and they let all those RVs go in there. Yeah, not the pit, like the pit crew. What do they call that, though?
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Well, in the center part with all the RVs. So in the middle of the track, there's a grassy area where you park all the RVs, and I hung out in there and just this. So what you're saying is I'm more southern than you.
My dad used to sell NASCAR stuff on electronicbay.com, so
So you
more
win.
southern.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I think so.
Question 3 is from Shamika.
Hello.
And it is from Facebook.
Facebook?
Shamika asks, Dear Justin, do you have
Hi.
do you have a favorite random land?
Shamika, hi.
Shamiks?
I like that. Shamiks?
Shamiks?
I think people call her Shamiks?
Well, we did just now.
Is it her? Because I didn't see the picture.
It is now.
Tyler forgets.
Shamiks asks, do you have a favorite rando
I do.
land?
My favorite Randoland,
Lando
Landoman,
Man.
is the Landoman where we went to Roswell, New Mexico, but not the one where we showed a whole bunch of the town of Roswell, New Mexico, but the one where we went to this really weird gift shop. Went through this weird blacklight maze.
Yep.
And Tyler started having a crazy panic attack while a crazy old man who we thought, and I don't even mean crazy as a pejorative. I just thought he was this crazy, fun, wild guy that had this interesting story about aliens.
Kind of really a crazy
selling
guy.
some more tickets to whatever. And then for lack of a better word, I don't want to say he was mentally disturbed because I don't know that's true.
Yeah, I mean...
He was crazy, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you would say if you met this guy.
I made that face at the end.
Tyler was not happy. And that was my favorite random land ever. If you
Yeah.
go back, look for the weirdest gift shop in the galaxy. If you Google that, you'll find it.
Yeah.
But you have a different favorite random land?
Oh, yeah. Just for Lanyap, mine is the first International Tiki Marketplace video we did.
Why?
I don't know. I just think it kind of came out really good, and I had a really fun day filming it. So
My favorite random land that we ever filmed, though? Like to film experience-wise?
I don't know. I think both. It's my
I
favorite
think it
episode of
was
Launching
Oceanic
Internet.
Arts.
Well, that was a good one, too. That was a really
And
good
also
one.
very Tiki related. So if you've never seen the Oceanic Arts Random Land,
Or the other International Tiki Marketplaces.
go
Really.
look up Tiki Random Land, probably. Okay, what's
That's a
next?
good one. Okay.
Oh, wait. I need to ask you a question
Yeah, that's
now
true. Southern.
about the
We gotta get
South.
southern.
Okay, what is a moon pie? That's a real question.
A
'cause I have
moon
no
pie
idea.
is basically like this marshmallow center with like chocolate, like graham crackery, almost soft outer shell, cooked together. And
So it's a s'more?
it's kind of like a s'more, but it's not like a hard base. Like it's
So it's like a s'more made of cookies?
kind of, and it's really good if you microwave it for like 3 seconds, because other than that it'll explode. For like 3 seconds, it's perfect.
So it kind of sounds like those ice cream cookie things.
But not ice cream. It's just
But
marshmallows.
marshmallows.
Yeah, almost.
So it's like a Klondike bar.
No, it's really hard to explain. Just get a moon pie. You can order them online.
Are they gluten free?
I highly doubt it.
So I can't do what you
I
said.
can just eat it in front of you. So, like I do with most food that you don't get to eat.
Okay.
All right, question 4 is from Sabin. Sabine? Sabin.
Sabine.
I'm saying Sabin. Sabwin.
Okay.
Sabin.
Saber.
This question.
Saber.
Saber.
Because that way, no matter the gender
Mm-hmm.
or the talent or the skill or the height or the width,
Yeah, the width.
that person sounds awesome.
Sabin. This question is from Facebook.
Saber.
Saber asks,
Sabre.
pick one. Which of these
Only one.
3 have influenced you the most? Is it Star Wars, Disneyland, or Mark Twain? And explain how it has helped guide you. So,
I would say the one that's influenced me the most.
mm-hmm.
I go to Disneyland, but I influence it.
Oh, throwing down the gauntlet.
I like Mark Twain. I read his writings.
That's true.
But I think what's influenced me the most is Star Wars, because Yoda, do or do not. There is no try. Also, the light side of the Force versus the dark side of the Force. Patience, young Jedi. And the idea of a universal good versus a universal bad, and positivity versus negativity, and the power that can come with peace. You know, all this stuff. Empire Strikes Back Yoda is pretty much, you know, the foundation of my philosophy.
You're wrong. It's Mark Twain.
Why?
You know why. Search your feelings for what you know to be true.
Well, you can't use Star Wars. Okay.
Okay.
Why do you boil peanuts in Georgia and eat peanuts boiled? I thought you were a proponent of. Yeah, I thought you just liked peanuts.
I don't do that.
Why? But why do people do that, Tyler? It's disgusting.
It's delicious and good for you.
But you just said you don't do it. Why don't you do it if it's delicious?
Just I don't like peanuts that much.
Well, I like peanuts a lot, but when I feel like we need to be really careful in our
Pronunciation.
enunciation, pronunciation.
Mhm.
I feel like when people hand me peanuts
Right.
and they are boiled and I
Uh-huh.
eat them, I'm not a fan.
I just really love
Does that
peanuts.
mean that I don't fit in the South?
No, I mean you can
My
get them.
peanuts wouldn't fit in the South?
Yeah, you can get them in every gas station, but you don't have to get them. I mean, if you're just a bro,
So
that
what you're
loves,
saying is you can get peanuts in every gas station.
if you're just a bro that loves peanuts, you can get them at any gas station you need to at any time of night. That's
Because
all I'm
I've
saying.
been to Atlanta in the middle of the
Yeah.
night and I have found boiled peanuts at a gas station.
It's true.
In a styrofoam cup.
Rest areas, all kinds of places you can just get a handful of
is.
peanuts.
And that's just, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Carter's a big fan. So,
That's Jimmy. All right. Question
last
5.
question.
This is from James. This question is from Facebook.
Hi, James.
James asks,
What are all your hopes and dreams,
"Dear
James?
Justin,
James, have you ever been to outer space?
Hey, guy. Hey, guy.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to ask you a question.
I thought James was asking me,
Vicarious.
but I was asking him.
James asks
Mhm.
from Facebook, "Dear Justin,
Hi.
would you ever work at the park?
Like the local...
The Disneyland park."
Oh.
I assume he doesn't mean Disney's California Adventure.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Because the answer is, would I?
Yeah, would you? If given the option.
That's the answer to the question, though, of DCA.
Would I?
Would I?
No.
No.
You would not.
Disneyland, I tried to work out many times, but I couldn't because
Of the tattoos?
the tattoos,
Yeah.
and I have one down here. And originally, my understanding is at the time when I applied, way back when I was like, well, not that far back, when I was younger.
I was a younger man.
When I was a younger man,
younger man.
they said you can't work here at all because you have tattoos. Period.
Right.
And I didn't hide the fact that I had them. Then later, when I
Why
came
would you?
back,
Mhm.
I tried to work there one other time. I was going back to school, and because I was in college, I said, "You guys have to let me know by this time,
Mm-hmm.
or else I'll have my class schedule."
Right.
Because they were pretty rigid about. Well, if we give you a schedule, you're gonna have the schedule.
Right.
Part-time.
As they
You
would
always
be.
start part time because it's a big place. You start part time, whatever.
Mhm.
And they did not call me before the college called me, and I thought no. And now
Mm-hmm.
I work around it, and I would rather do that than work for it
Same.
because I like to be a guest at the park. See, there's
Yeah.
3 kinds of people that work at Disneyland. I've noticed there's 3 types of cast members. There's the type of cast members who hate it.
Mhm.
They work there and they think this is a job. This is really By the way, I'm sorry, it's really shaky. There's a corner of a cabinet right here, and I'm trying to avoid it with my hand a lot. So,
Right.
so that's why it's like some strange
Yeah.
camera motions there. There's the kind of person who hates it. This is just a job, and I don't like it, and everything about the magic is ruined forever.
We've known people like that for sure.
Oh yeah, we've lived with people like that,
I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, we have.
just in our hearts.
Yeah.
And then there's the type of cast member who goes, you know what? Sometimes it's really hard. The guests get crazy, and there's children crying, whatever. But I mean, it's okay. I
Right.
like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's neat.
And there's that third kind.
And then there's the third kind who they absolutely love their job. There's people who literally clean out urinals, and they've been doing it for 20 years, and they love it. They love every second of it. And I feel like that's the majority of cast
Yeah,
members
me
because
too.
that's who sticks around.
Yeah.
That's who survives summer job, and that's who sticks around, like, you know, who isn't just there for the benefits or whatever. And I
Right.
feel like I don't know which one I would be if I had to scrub the urinals.
Right.
So the less urinals I have to scrub at Disneyland, and I'm not saying I've never scrubbed one,
Who hasn't?
but well, exactly. I'm
Well,
not saying I
phases.
have,
Right.
though. I'm just saying the less urinals I have to scrub, probably the better for me,
Maybe.
because I don't want to Heimbuck my love.
Don't know
of
what you got till it's gone.
the park. Now we have one thing here. Could you hold this, please, sir?
Yeah, what's
Just don't
that?
push any buttons, though.
Y'all have any questions about the South?
Send them to
The internet?
the internet. Oh, I have one more question about the South.
Oh, all right.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
Southern?
He's a cartoon, so. I have an
Hey,
aunt.
Justin and
I have
Tyler.
an aunt that sounds just like Foghorn Leghorn.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Hey, Justin and Tyler.
What's a
This
cousin?
is a joke for Tyler from Sean.
All right,
You spelled it
Sean.
SCHAWN. Is this a man Sean or a woman Sean? I'm getting really confused about genders today.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know anything anymore. Hey, Justin and Tyler. So, Sean, I think it says Sean.
Mountain Dew.
Okay, so 2 mourning women walk into a mortician's office.
Okay.
The first woman says to the mortician, I've got my husband here in his very best blue suit. And by the way, I did not preview this joke, so if it is dirty, it is not my fault.
I've also never heard it.
Okay, okay, hold on a second. we're gonna do this because it's really hard. That's okay.
Yep.
And I'm not making that
Uh-huh.
joke. Okay. The first woman says to the mortician, I've got my husband here in his very best blue suit, but
Right.
what I'd really appreciate is if you could have him in a black suit for the
Okay.
funeral. Here's a blank check. Use whatever you need. I
Okay.
just want him in a black suit. That's the
In
first
it?
woman in the
In it?
mortician's
In it?
office. The mortician agrees.
Right.
Why wouldn't he?
Mhm.
She gave him a blank check.
True.
And thanks to the woman, and the first woman leaves. Goodbye.
Good.
Now the second woman comes in and says, why she gotta be a woman? Okay, second woman comes in and says, I know I brought my husband wearing a black suit, but I've always really loved him in blue.
Oh.
This is
Plot
getting-
thickens.
Yeah, okay, I like where this is headed.
Okay.
Is there any way you can have him in a blue suit for
Right.
his funeral?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The mortician assures her that is not a problem. Oh, and the second woman thanks her and leaves. Oh, it's a lady mortician. I like that.
Ooh, yeah, it's good.
Really.
Women can
putting
do
it-
stuff.
Yeah. A few days later, the mortician shows up at the first man's funeral, and his widow walks up and says, Thank you so much for doing this. My husband looks wonderful in the black suit you found for him. The mortician replies, Of course, I was happy to do it. And here's your check back. No, I really appreciate it, and I want to pay you. Just take whatever you need. Oh, no, really, it didn't cost me anything. You see, right after you came in, a woman showed up with her husband in a black suit, and she wanted him wearing blue. So in the end, all I had to do was switch heads. And then, no, that's not the funny
It's
part.
not a joke. It's
That's-
just unpleasant.
That's not the funny part. And then in parentheses, Sean has written, maybe not vlog appropriate, but kind of funny, comma, yeah? Which is kind of, I think, the better punchline.
Is there another joke? Or?
No, that's good. Okay, there's another joke.
Okay.
Or, why can't you tell a joke to a kleptomaniac?
I'm into this one more.
Because they'll take it literally. Because they'll take it literally.
You're gonna take.
You
the
can't tell a
joke?
joke to a kleptomaniac because they'll take it literally.
I understand what a kleptomaniac is.
Because they steal.
You can't steal like words. out
Yes,
of
you.
someone's
Yes,
mouth.
you can. You're a writer. People could steal your words. They can plagiarize you.
Right.
Got a lot of wax in my ears today, probably.
So
Son
far,
of a
the
bitch.
joke about
I think
Oregon
it's-
Trail a long time ago is the clear.
Oh, dysentery? That was a
Yeah,
great joke.
that
Okay.
was good.
Oh, and some Mountain Dew / gas money for you both.
What?
I feel like you should have this.
Really? It's $10.
I feel like
I did
You
just
need-
drive here.
I feel like you need that $10.
I kind of do.
I feel like I really need $10 because I don't have much in my bank account.
I have some.
But I feel like this time, this is your $10, Tyler.
Oh, wow.
I feel like you've done
Taking me out to
$10,
fancy.
$10 worth of your. Well, welcome back from Georgia.
It's good to be back.
I heard it's a nice place. Is it as nice as California?
It's different. It's
Is
very
it
different.
everything you dreamed that it used to be?
Yes, and more.
Question:
Answer.
If you could live, now Georgia's very proud of its Southern heritage.
It is. Yeah.
That's the kind of place where people love to fly the Confederate flag, and we won't get into the.
Don't want to start a thing.
We don't want to start a thing about whether
Mm.
that's good or not. We're not saying you say it's good or not. You're a very liberal, modern, not you know what I mean, just a modern fella. I've never seen you shoot anybody or.
I don't want
or-
to. I don't want to put political.
No, not be
on
political,
myself.
but I'm saying you're just a very open-minded.
I'm very open-minded. Sure.
You're not a stereotype of any kind.
Exactly.
That's what I was aiming
Yeah.
for. Finally, workshopped it. I got there eventually.
Mhm.
You're neither conservative nor liberal,
I am neither.
or black or white.
That's shades of true.
Shades of red.
Mm-hmm.
And
And Method Man.
and you have one kidney, so
Mhm.
you're breaking all the stereotypes.
I'm trying.
You're a man who
Trying.
loves everybody.
Yep.
So let's just get that straight.
Mhm.
But what I was gonna ask you is, the people in the South are very proud of their history.
That's true.
Whether or not all the other stuff that's inflammatory is
Mhm.
in play, they're very proud of the
With
history
you
and
so far.
the South was destroyed and the South will rise again. You're very much into that part of it. The Civil War history is like life or death, 5 seconds ago history to a lot of people in the South.
That is absolutely a fact.
So I want to ask you a question. If you had the choice, if you had to move back to the South right
Okay.
now, if you had to pack your bags and you were leaving on a jet plane.
Listen to that at the airport.
Sorry, folks, it was definitely John Denver who wrote that song.
Of course it was.
Someone said it was somebody else.
I
Did
saw it. They
did
were wrong.
I think they were right about who covered it,
Yeah,
but it was a cover. And also, you know who else covered it? Bjork. And it's actually beautiful.
I bet it is. It's like
I didn't expect to find it hauntingly beautiful, but I did. Okay, so you have to move back to Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but we don't want you here, and you've got to go back. But now, here's the interesting part.
Okay.
The guy that picks you up to take you to the airport is Dr. Emmett Brown.
Oh, yeah.
And
all right.
he
I'm into
says-
this.
You can either move back to Georgia now, like with your dad and stuff, and live in the basement probably,
Okay.
and go work at a glue factory, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a pulled pork place or something.
Okay.
Or
Right.
he'll take you back to. Let's see. How old are you? How old are you likely to live? How many more years are you going to be alive? Like 50, let's say.
3, 4.
Let's just say 50.
Okay.
So 50 years before the Civil War. So he's going to take you back to 1810 in the Old South, and you get to live in the Old South. No, 1820, let's say.
Okay.
And you're going to live all the way up and die right when the South secedes, so you'll be at the pride of it, but not at the destruction. But you can live in the old pre-war South, or you can go to the South now and live.
It'd be now.
Because your dad didn't have a basement in 1820?
Yeah, and there's a lot of other reasons, but now is definitely the time I would
Well,
go to.
penicillin probably, too.
Penicillin's a big part of it. I couldn't have my kidney meds either.
Now that I think about it, the question's really kind of silly.
Yeah, it's just now.
But if you could visit, which one?
I'd go now.
So, what would it take to get you into the antebellum South, though?
Well, if I was guaranteed to stay with my great grandparents,
And somehow they could know who you were, so it wasn't weird. Or
William and Nancy Evans, if I could stay on their farm, and like it was all cool, and I didn't have to fight any battles, that would be dope. I'd be into that. I'd have to have meds with me too.
I didn't think about that because you have the kidney and the rejection of the body. You
Yeah.
would need modern medication. But let's say you had a kit, some sort of time travel proof kit.
Yeah, I would have to go over to where they lived, over the mountain in Dalton, and I would have to stay with them.
Speaking of which, if you're a nephrologist, right? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, it is.
And you live in Southern California,
Mhm.
you want to hang out with Tyler and fix his kidney into a superhuman monkey kidney?
Take me on as a
thing?
patient.
That'd be awesome.
It's good. I got good numbers. Creatine's
Also, if you're a
1.3.
dentist or a lawyer or anything else fancy, and you
Mhm.
just want to hang out with us so that we can brag to our moms that we have dentist and lawyer friends,
Mhm.
we're into that sort of thing.
We're
Because
very shallow.
If you haven't noticed, we've got Hawaiian shirts now, so
Yeah.
clearly we're very relaxed.
Things are going well.
Yeah, things are going well.
Mhm.
It's true that we only have a little bit of tiki space, so we have to sit very, very closely
That's
together. And my bank account has, I don't want to brag, my savings account has over $100 in it. But my regular bank account has, I think, like $80 in it. right now.
I was wondering why you were throwing around these tens.
Well, friends.
Things are going pretty
Friendship. You, though, on the other hand, have a job, I guess.
I do have a job.
But you don't have any health insurance.
Not yet.
So, anyway, the thing is, we just want to impress our moms.
Yeah.
We're going to take them out to dinner and invite you.
Well.
And be like, we got this friend, he's a lawyer. And he's
Pretty cool.
He's cool. Oh, she's cool.
She.
Could be she.
Mm-hmm. Shame on you.
Yeah, right?
It's a she.
I'm shaming myself.
It was a she the whole time.
It was a she the whole time. You never saw it coming.
Yep.
So
Boom.
what's wrong with you?
It's an Australian woman. The Forgotten. So.
Just like the end of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Kind of.
Spoilers for Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Mm-hmm. This has definitely been the most tiki vlog we've ever done.
Tiki.
I really appreciate you coming by
Well, it's what I do.
to my room.
Yeah. Living
Dirty, or else
life.
they have never seen the other side of the room. Maybe
Well,
on Snapchat.
They shouldn't.
Mm-mm.
I've seen it.
Well, it's clean.
Don't show them.
No.
They gotta earn it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You buy us dinner first, then come to the room.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I don't know if I want them to come to the room.
Well, if they buy us dinner, it's kind of after 3 dinners.
No.
To get to at least an invite. We gotta invite them in for coffee.
No.
See where it goes.
We'll invite them to your house for coffee.
Well, I got roommates.
Me too.
Okay.
This pufferfish. Tyler, it's good to have you back
Always.
on the state of gold where the sun never sets on our California empire that will soon dominate the South and everywhere else in the world with its culture. That's what California's called, right? It's California. Emperor Norton the First, live long and prosper. I'm just making things up. California's cool though, I guess.
What was the king of California's name?
The king of California?
There was
Name,
that
he
guy.
was an emperor.
Oh, he was emperor.
He was
of
Emperor
California?
Norton.
Oh, is that true?
That's true.
I thought there was some guy that called himself king of California.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Who calls himself... Now, you mean?
No, back in the day.
It's probably Kanye West probably calls himself that. You know he probably does.
But I would imagine he probably does.
He probably does. It sounds like a thing Kanye would say on the internet.
Listen, I'm not a fan, but if, like, Kanye, if you want to go to dinner with our moms...
Yeah, like if Kanye wants to come to dinner with mom, well, I don't know.
Well...
Kanye could come to dinner with dad.
Yeah. You never know. He might be charming.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But if he uses the B word around my mom, we're going to have a problem.
That's
because
true.
she's allergic to
Well, he's
beets.
a father now.
That's true.
He's got that daughter, Blue or Ivy or whatever.
People just give him a bad rap. Now we're just hanging out.
Yeah, this is good times.
Okay. So livefastdepot.spreadshirt.com, you can get one of these sweet shirts. Show off the shirt.
Yeah.
Swimming with Sam Clemens. Get it? Because you remember that Random Land?
I do.
Where we talked about how Sam Clemens, a.k.a. Mark Twain, grew
I
up
went
in
to Hannibal.
Hannibal, Missouri.
Yeah.
We went inside his boyhood home.
We did.
And museum.
Behind the glass.
Also, today you got a Mistlefoot shirt. I delivered that to you
It's
in
over
brown.
there. Mm-hmm.
Your favorite color.
It's not the color I wanted, but I'll live with it.
But it was free.
That is free.
I bought you a Mistlefoot shirt, and I gave you that $10 that I worked really hard for. And by work hard for, I mean I opened an envelope. Sean sent that to you, so you should probably say thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
And also for the joke that you didn't laugh at, you jerk.
Try harder next time, Sean.
No apologies. Send more jokes to Ty 5753G, Santa Ana, Canyon Road, Anaheim.
Don't feel bad. Only one joke has made me laugh so
Box
far.
number 247, zip code 92807. That'll be on the internet somewhere else also. And we have new Random Land stickers to give away. They are Star Wars.
We love you guys.
And they are blue.
Our moms are proud.
They're not blue.
Of you.
Our moms are proud. Also dentists. Did I say dentists?
Mm-hmm.
Or just doctors?
Both.
Well, who's fancier? Doctor, dentist, lawyer?
A doctor, dentist.
Innkeeper?
A lawyer, doctor.
Where does an innkeeper fit on the scale?
Like just the guy that runs a inn?
Yeah, like a tavern. The kind with a tavern in it.
Ooh.
Is he on the social strata? I mean, above a doctor? Do you bring...
No, that dude's like, he's a white collar. Or not a white collar, he's a blue collar guy.
Oh, okay.
He's working.
Okay. So the nephrologist is higher.
Yeah.
What about the neurosurgeon?
The lonely innkeeper. You know, it's a Bruce Springsteen song.
Oh, that's true. That's what... I was thinking of that.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
lying.
I'm going to go to sleep.
Yeah, you're pretty tired.
I am.
I'm pretty tired, too. It's only 2 in the morning, so...
Jeez.
But we're starting off Tiki Tuesday for them.
So you get to get up and
We're
go to
kicking
work
it
in
off
like 5
really
hours.
early in the morning, so they're waking up drinking Mai Tais. We're not drinking Mai Tais.
No. Well, if it's in the morning, it's
You're
not
Mai
really
Tai.
time.
See what I did there? Because my friend Tyler, cut out the word friend and shortened the word Tyler. Mai Tai.
What is the other thing that people... Mimosas. That's the breakfast drink.
All right, even though it's the beginning of Tuesday, and we really should just be getting started, Tiki.
Yeah.
I feel like we've done our duty.
Yeah.
So you can go home and sleep well.